Hey, what's up, y'all? Talentscowt coming at you another video. I'm your host, Terrance Godfrey. Quick update. Pretty much what I want to talk about today is I think more people should be leveraging Wealth Twitter. So it goes by a couple of names. Obviously, Wealth Twitter, LLC Twitter, them uppity insert derogatory remark Twitter. But pretty much it's a community of Twitter with a lot of Black people, and the entire focus of the community is how Black people can get into different industries that pay really well and leverage group economics to improve the financial situation of the Black community as a whole. Think of it in the United States like how the Asian community, they tend to operate with one another really well. Asians tend to have like the highest salary in the United States, and they tend to work and do business with other Asian-owned businesses. So pretty much taking that model, replicating the Black community. Now, I'm not sure what your experience has been. This space is also known for some really, really bad takes sometimes, and not being able to read the room, not be able to correctly speak on certain situations. I know quite a few people in this space, and I know they only mean the best, but it's kind of like think of like a Kanye West. Really, really smart, but man, sometimes terrible communication skills. So I just want to run through a couple of things that Wealth Twitter has put me on game to, and yeah, share that with you, and hopefully you check it out because man, there's some good resources. So first thing, combination of Wealth Twitter and YouTube put me on the tech industry as a whole. I honestly had no idea that there was space for someone like me who doesn't want to be a software engineer in the tech sphere. Because yeah, in my business program, we didn't really get too specific on that industry. So I just didn't know, and just interacting with people on YouTube and Twitter. Well, look at me now, a couple of years later, I'm working tech sales and I'm very happy where I'm at. Another thing that I've been put on is real estate, and how there's so many different ways that can promote ownership no matter where you are. So in most cases, a conventional loan is the best way for you to go, but there's so many other options. FHAs, and then there's some other numbered loan that I forgot the name of. People that went to the military, which is a lot of the Black community. You can use VA loans. There's just so many options. Actually, I want to put people on this book right here. So someone that I met on Twitter, her name is Simone B. She wrote this book called The Financial Starter Kit. And yeah, so to support, I bought the book. And man, actually just reading through it, I wish I knew a lot of this stuff when I was first starting out a few years ago, like just straight out of high school. This book covers everything from retirement accounts to real estate to taxes, the right mindset, building a good foundation, different types of savings accounts, money market accounts, a lot of economic terms. This book will really, this is such a good foundation. I wanted to create something like this, but now I don't really need to because Simone already took care of it. And this book has gotten a lot of traction. She just dropped it, I think over about a month or so ago. And on day one, she hit top 10 Amazon bestsellers in the financial category. So this is like books like Think and Grow Rich, The 4-Hour Work Week, the Dave Ramsey books, like these staple mainstream books. She became a top 10 bestseller day one. Yeah. Also, check her out on Twitter, capital SB. There's an underscore in there somewhere, but you'll find her. Another thing that Twitter has definitely put me on is options. So I've been a trader for a couple of years before, but I'd never done options trading. I'd always done either crypto or straight shares. But yeah, options just weren't on my radar. Now, I'm not even going to call myself a good options trader. I've learned a lot about it, but I don't dip into them too frequently. I only use them for very specific use cases, but I didn't know about this space, and I've interacted with and met a lot of people that have so much more experience than I do. I've had some consults with a few people. I've tried it out in a few, very edge use cases, like for my own investment strategy, and I've seen really, really good returns. So shout out to Wealth Twitter for that. Let's see, B _reinvest. Brandon, such a dope dude. He's not exactly a nice dude, but man, his heart is in the right place and he has a wealth of knowledge. This dude, he knows what he's talking about. He put me on precious metals back in March because I had never thought to actually invest and get the physical metals themselves. I always thought, oh, let me just invest in like this gold financial asset, that tracks like the gold price, things like that. But no, put me onto AP Mex. So actually I have a lot of like gold and silver, a few kilos of silver, a few grams of gold. Actually, no, I have a 1 ounce and then a few, what am I trying to say? A few grams of gold. And so I didn't put a crazy amount of money into it, but the return that I have seen on it is insane. If you've been following the news, you know that precious metal prices have been just going through the roof. It's not because precious metal is going up. It's because the actual US dollar itself is going down because with the different stimulus packages and unemployment and the Fed's just pumping in money to keep the stock market afloat, it's degrading the buying power of the US dollar. And in times of like that, that's when precious metals tend to go up. He called it, and I'm very happy that I went along with it. And it's really crazy how this tight-knit community, it's crazy. It's like my first thought process was a lot of these people were they're just capping because it's the internet. People lie on the internet. No, there's no way you're actually who you say you are in this position, blah, blah. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of the people. It's real, and it's a small world. Like so small to the point that on Friday of last week, I actually spoke with someone that I recognized from Black Wealth Twitter in one of my meetings for work. So that was really interesting. Like we're doing this program. I did a whole video about it. It's called the Tech for Black Founders. Check the card above if you want to see more about it. If you're a Black founder or know someone that is, share that video with them. We're giving out free software to Black founders to, fight racism. So yeah, check that out. But yeah, I just checked my calendar. I see this name. I'm just like, I don't know why this name looks so familiar. Lo and behold, I go check the lead over in Salesforce. It pulls in like the LinkedIn information. I see the face. I'm like, oh, I know this dude. So it was really cool to see. It's like, okay, I understand what they're working on. I'm not going to know details because obviously that's their business. But it's really cool to see what they're doing. Honestly, it felt good on my end that I was, I've received a lot of value from what they put out on Twitter for free. So it felt really good that I got to be the person to approve their acceptance into the program and to give back. And I imagine that more, and I imagine that's going to happen a few more times over the next few months just because this initiative is so powerful. And so many people in the community are really just looking to make as much money as they can so they can then use it as they see fit to uplift the Black community. And if that ain't beautiful to you, I don't know what else is. But yeah, Wealth Twitter. I get a lot of game from that. You should probably check it out too. Or, I could just take the best pieces and report back here on YouTube. I probably won't. I might. Hard to tell. But that's all I had for this one. Peace.